Good afternoon, Floss Tube friends. I'm Patty Penn, and this is my Floss Tube channel, Stitching with My Kitties. I'm not sure if any of them will show up today. Duke was picking on Dallas earlier, and they had a little incident, and I haven't seen them since. But I hope you're having a fabulous day. I want to wish Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. We don't have two-legged children, but as you know, we have our 3 kitties. Hence the name of my channel, Stitching with My Kitties. So I thought I would show you the Mother's Day cards that my babies gave me. The first one said, "Sure, it's Mother's Day, and you're an awesome mom, but I'm not going to make a big deal out of it." Then, so there's the front. Then you open it up, and it's huge. Best mom ever. I love it. Well, okay, kind of a big deal. I think it's cute. So, and then Miss Daisy May gave me one just from her. And it says, "Mom, thank you for loving me the most." And on the inside, "Even though you pretend to love us all equally, Happy Mother's Day, Daisy May." So I thought those were cute. So those will have to go into my scrapbook. I would like to talk about some Stitchy Kindness. I got a Stitchy Kindness from a friend of mine at my Alexandria LNS, Minnie Gray. And she gave me this cute needle minder. Now, I will link her below. She is on Instagram and has a floss tube. Her floss tube is, I'm not sure. I think it's Minnie Gray X's, stitching all the X's. I'll make sure I'll link it below, but she gave me this very cute needle minder, all the X's. And so I haven't used it yet because I wanted to make sure I showed it to everyone before I took it downstairs to put with my other needle minders. And then I also got last month in April, Fat Quarter Shop had their needle minders 20% off. And my husband is a huge Chilly Willy fan. So I got this needle minder from Flamingo Toes. So I like both of my new needle minders. And let's see. I thought I would tell you how I got started with cross stitch. I started cross stitching when I was in about 14, maybe 15 in the mid 70s. And I cross stitched all through the rest of the 70s into the early 80s. And then about 1982, 83, 84, I started garment sewing. So I put the cross stitch aside and didn't pick it back up. So I was watching YouTube's Kimberly Jolly's Fat Quarter Shop, the quilting YouTube that she had, and somehow or another, I learned about Fat Quarter Shop floss tube. And I didn't know what that was, and I sent a message, and they said, "Oh, it's all about cross-stitching." So I started watching the floss tubes that Fat Quarter Shop put out. Then that got me really interested in picking stitching back up again because Kimberly was doing the sewing method. And, of course, when I started, you had a hoop, a round hoop. You started in the middle. And, we didn't do the loop method if you were stitching with 2 threads. So, and I wasn't aware of even weave. We had 14 count. We had 11 count, 14 count Ada, and 22 count Hardanger. And I don't remember there being very many colors. But, of course, that was, I won't say how many years ago. You can do the math. So, the first chart that I ordered was, she thought she could sew, S-E-W, she did, by Be in My Bonnet, Lori Holt. And I stitched on 14 count white Ada, DMC, loved it. Well, I haven't stopped since. So, And getting back into cross stitch and watching the floss tubes in the very early days, those dark, dismal, scary days of COVID, where I would just, of course I was teleworking, and I would go to lunch and I just couldn't function. I couldn't even get off the sofa for an hour or more. It was just horrible. Then I found Niecy Lynn. Hey, Niecy Lynn. I made me some new breeches this morning. I'll tell you all about them in a minute. Niecy Lynn gave me some letters after my name. She said I needed letters like, you know, the doctor, MD, the dentist, DDS, the vet, DVM. So she gave me Patty Penn, MMOB, makes my own breeches. So thank you, Niecy Lynn. I thought about you all yesterday and this morning while I was making my breeches. My mother used to call slacks breeches. So that was a fun memory that she gave me. I don't know how I got off on that topic. Don't know what I was saying before that, but we'll move on. Maybe it'll come back to me, maybe it won't. I found out about Sampler Guild of the Rockies. I was watching Brenda and the Cereal Starter. Her name is Laura. And Brenda mentioned it, so I looked it up, I Googled it, and got an email back the very next day with an application. They meet in, I think it's Denver, Colorado, but they also do it virtually. So that was perfect. So I joined earlier last week. Then they're having a retreat, virtual and in person, in June. So I signed up for that, and I can't remember who the designer is, but I think it's going to be a fairly large sampler, so I'm very anxious to get all the information. They meet September through May. May is their anniversary month. Yesterday, they did a pincushion swap. And didn't know anything about the guild, so I didn't get to participate this year, but I certainly will next year. They had a large variety, and they were all beautiful. I mean, beautiful. They don't meet in June, July, or August. As I mentioned, they have a retreat in June, virtual and in person, and then a stitch day in August, virtual and in person, and they also have a book club. So they are a very active guild. There are over 200 members now, and they were saying yesterday that possibly by September, when we start meeting again, they could have 300 members. I think that's fabulous. And I signed on a little early to the Zoom and got to visit with some of the nice ladies that were virtual. Wyoming, I don't remember any of the other, can't think of any other states that were mentioned. Of course, I wasn't paying attention. I was talking on the Zoom, and somebody said, "Oh, your cat's visiting." And it was Daisy Mae. She had jumped up. I was sitting on the sofa. She jumped up on the side table and was, looking around. And then Duke came down a little later, so I had to pick him up and show him to everyone. I didn't see any gentleman stitchers, but I would bet that there are some. So that was fun. I'm going on a cross-stitch cruise to Alaska with Jean Farish, another very, very knowledgeable stitcher. I love watching her and her tutorials on the history of samplers, and it's wonderful. That will be in September of next year, 2025. So that should be a lot of fun. This will be like our 8th Alaskan cruise. But I got into the class, so I told my husband we're going back to Alaska. He said, okay. I did find, and I don't know how I found this, but there is a chart correction I want to let you know about. It's Autumn's Acorn Gathering by With Thy Needle and Thread, with thy needle, Brenda Gervais. That's Autumn's Acorn Gathering. I went to her website. I was looking to see if she had a kit that I wanted. I had seen somebody on Instagram with it. So I just wanted, if any of you have the Autumn's Acorn Gathering, it's a boy and a girl squirrel, go to her website and print out the correction. It's not real big correction. I just put it away with my chart, but just wanted to make you aware of that. Back to my new slacks. So I had to refit my pattern. I had lost some weight and needed to refit it. Well, this pattern was fitted specifically for me and my shorter legs, longer trunk, and the body, the torso, and some other changes that needed to be made. The pattern is from Fit for Art. That's Ray Crombie and Carrie. I can't remember Carrie's last name. So they've actually fit me at least twice, if not 3 times, as I've slimmed down over the years. So I reached out to see if they had any one-on-ones or retreats up in Baltimore, which is where they have a lot of their retreats at a convention, not the convention center, I forget what it's called, but they don't have anything, but Ray will do Zooms with you. So what I thought I would do is take my new measurements, look at the corrections that they made for me before, because I had to raise the waist in the front a little bit and do all sorts of things. So I took those corrections or those alterations and made the pattern 2 sizes smaller. And it turned out pretty good. I did a muslin first and then cut out a piece of lavender linen look. It's not 100% linen. I love linen, but it wrinkles and I can't have wrinkly clothes. So I cut those out and I put inseam pockets in, and I do an invisible zipper insertion that I have a floss tube that showed, not me personally, it's Kenneth King's floss YouTube channel, where he shows a special way to insert invisible zippers that's similar to a centered zipper insertion. So I had done it 25 times. So I just whipped through, I got ready, got my inseam done, got ready to do my zipper insertion. And somehow or another, I didn't remember exactly how to do it. I messed it up big time, got disgusted, threw the pants in the waste paper basket or the waste fabric basket. I was just, I'd rather throw away than unstitch or frog or whatever you want to call it. I was disgusted. So I got up this morning and I closed down shop after that. I was so mad. And I got up this morning, I thought, Patty, that's only a 7-inch zipper. So you would only have to rip out 14 inches, roughly. Go upstairs and get it while you're sitting watching floss tubes and take that zipper out and restart. And I did. And it was wonderful because I watched the video step by step just to make sure. He'd say, Kenneth would give you one little part that you do. I'd stop the video, do that little part, go back, start the video, do the next little part. So it took me probably 30, 45 minutes to put the zipper in. That should have taken 5. But anyway, got it in. The pants fit beautifully. I still may do a Zoom with Ray just to see if she would recommend any slight tweaks to it. But anyway, back to cross stitch. Thought I would give you a few of my favorite floss tubes. And of course, Niecy Lynn. She was, I found her early on, and we've been BFFs ever since. And then she is who got me connected with my dear sweet friend Judy, who's also in Texas. Judy's somewhere around Dallas, I think. Well, a few videos ago, I showed you this beautiful tin with the beeswax in it. And even the bottom of the tin is decorated. Well, I had used, and these are really, really, really good beeswax bars. Because they have to be very fresh, because the floss just glides through them. She sent them to me because, again, I think it was Brenda and the Cereal Starter or the Sable Stitchers. I don't know which. But anyway, I digress. And after you pull your floss through a number of times, it gets little grooves in it, and then it starts to crumble off. Well, I decided I was going to fix that. So I got a piece of wax paper, got my heat gun out, and just heated just the edges all around, took the wax paper, got it all smooth, and look at that, smooth again. Very, very lit. Now, I probably could have done an even better job, but so I did that to both of them, and they're going to be like new. What a great idea. I finally had a good idea. So, anyway, so Niecy Lynn is how I got to meet my good friend, Judy. Judy, thank you so much. She's the one that sent me the, was it Gentle Arts? I think it was Gentle Arts Time, because I couldn't find it, and I was stitching Let Freedom Ring by Lila's Studio. So some other favorite floss tubes, and I'm going to try to remember and link them in the description box below in case you haven't heard of any of these. I'm sure you have because they've been on for a long time. They're very popular. So Niecy Lynn, Brenda and the Cereal Starter, Hands-On Designs, Kathy and her husband, they were so cute yesterday. They did an unboxing of what do you call it when they send their samples to the quilt store? Anyway, you know what I'm saying. And they had some of the things I had never seen before, and I'm like, oh no, don't do this to me, Kathy. Then Judy Whitman of JBW Designs, she just released a new floss tube a few days ago. She talks about how she what process she goes through to come up with a design. Because a lot of times she does not chart the entire sampler or the entire antique piece. She takes pieces, and that was really interesting. Of course, the Sable Stitchers, Finally a Farm Girl, that's Chrissy, and Stitchy Linda. I know Stitchy Linda has a sale coming up with Debbie of Snug Harbor Crafts. And Linda is also doing a sale with Pam Schaffner from Just Keep Stitching. And of course, Just Keep Stitching and Antique Needleworkers. And I know that I'm leaving a lot out. I apologize. I'll try to keep a running list as I get new ones. That quarter shop floss tube, forgot all about that. So I wanted to show you two pieces that I just finished. This one is Day for Freedom, I think it's called. I gotta look it up. Hold on. Yeah, A Day for Freedom. It's by Stitches by Ethel. And this is, I think it's the cutest thing. I was going to finish it as a pillow, but I think what I'm going to do is make it, back it and then put it on an easel. I need to look and see how many Americana Memorial Day, 4th of July things that I have. I forgot to bring my piece up that I'm working on now. It's another Stitches by Ethel. And I can't remember what it's called, but it was the shop exclusive for Dreama Needlecraft Corner up in Baltimore. It was her 44th anniversary exclusive chart. I will also put Needlework Corner site for you in case you want to check out that Needlework Corner. Sorry, I'm having to write that down so I don't forget. So, and these are Jabco, Just Another Button Company buttons. And isn't that adorable? So I'm very happy with that. And then I can't remember if I showed this last time. It is the Velvet Carrot Needle Book by Stacy Nash. And I finished the stitching. And I'm going to use this fabric as the background. And so what it has, they give you, or Stacy gives you, a template for the carrot shape to make the needle book. So I scanned this and actually just saved it as a cut file for my Cricut. I have the Cricut Maker 3 and cut out 2 sticky boards so that I didn't have to try to cut the sticky board by hand, and that worked out well. So I'm glad I thought about doing that, and I learned a lot about how to do my Cricut too, because I had kind of forgotten because I hadn't done it in a little while. So those are my 2 finishes, not fully finished. I'm going to take the needle book to StitchCon for Weekend B. Niecy Lynn and I are meeting up in Cincinnati to meet for StitchCon. So I got my keepsake calendar in for 2025. Sorry about the glare. And it's got some really, I'm not going to flip through all the pages, but look at that. That's the December. I apologize for the glare. And then let's just kind of, here is May. Look at that puppy and those chickens. Reminds me of my mother when she used to hang laundry outside when I was a little girl. And look at those. Now, I think those would make really cute pillows for Christmas. So, so you got that. Then it has a separate book with all the charts. Here's some on the back. I love this one too. And then you get a little pocket calendar. And I use this all the time. So I'm really happy that that came in. Twin Peak Primitives. I don't know if you guys have seen the news. They started a Patreon what is that? A Patreon shop. Okay. It's patreon.com/Twin Peak Primitives. Now, I will also link that in the video, in the description box below. I don't know why I can't talk today. Who knows? But this was the free chart that you got when you signed up. And I sent them a message yesterday. I said, well, I can already tell this is going to be a fabulous channel, but it's going to be very difficult on my wallet. So just be forewarned. So this was the free Zig and Zag Carnival. And isn't that cute? Those little mice sledding on the corn cob. I adore that. So I'm going to have to stitch that up. I might have to stitch a couple of them. And then, you know how I love bunnies. patriotic Easter bunny they put up yesterday, and it was $5. So, of course, you know, I had to hit the buy button, and there it was. That's what prompted me to tell them that they're going to be bad news for my wallet. Well, going back to my LNS up in Baltimore, I got their spring box, their spring mystery box. And it was, or is, fabulous. Oh my goodness. I like it even more than the Christmas one. And they're doing a Halloween one. Now, I won't sign up for the Halloween one. No, I don't have anything against Halloween. It's just not for me. I prefer fall. But Dreama did say it would be Halloween. So, I'm going to show you all the contents. I'm going to save that one for last. Okay. We got this cute little bag with a little plastic cup in it, and it's got a Weeks Dye Works floss. Love it. Then we had these in the Christmas box. They are highlighter guides, and I love them. Now I have 2 sets, so I keep a travel bag that my husband gave me for Christmas a few years ago. It's really made for quilters. It's by Omnigrid, but it's probably like 14 inches square with handles and a shoulder strap. So I keep travel supplies in that. My travel magnet board, scissors, an extra pair of reading glasses, highlighter tape, all of that. So now I can put these in. I don't know. Let me see if you can see the colors. But these are great. And I was so happy that we got another set. So, yay, Dreama, you done good. And then for Christmas, we got Freezy, which is from Stitches with Ethel. Well, in our spring box, we got Icy. Is he adorable? I love him. And of course, I got the Lugana, because I don't stitch on linen, and that's washing out. That's really washing out. It's a beautiful blue. All of our floss on cute little floss drops. And, oh, I forgot. I might have to run into the other room and get them. Then, of course, the tin and the Lady Dot Creates pom-poms. And some little tiny Mill Hill beads. So that was the complete set for Icy. Cute, cute, cute. But there's more. There's more. Then we got the Icy scissor case, which has the cutest little snowflake. Isn't that cute? And of course, an Icy needle keeper. Let me take it out so that I hadn't taken this stuff out. With Icy. And a regular needle minder. I might not be able to get this one open. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. Here we go. Sorry, I should have taken this out beforehand. I took all of the charts out of the bag so I wouldn't have to fuss with them. And then, look at this. Another needle minder. I just think they're adorable. Just adorable. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So, I want to get I don't want my Lugana to get all squashed. Okay. Then, there's more. We got the Unstitcher by Lori Holt. Can't ever have too many of those. And a car coaster that has Freezy on it. And it's the cutest thing because I need this in my car. Because I'm always getting cold drinks, and then they, not frost up, but they get that humidity and water all around them, and then it gets down. So that I'm going to put to use tomorrow. We got a cute pair of little snips, along with the scissor case, or this sheath protector to go with them. Love it. We got, I love it. We got, they were in this little pyramid-like container, and they are counting pins, and they're beautiful. Aren't those gorgeous? I've got to make me some more pin cushions. I found some pins that I had forgot that I had purchased. In fact, hold on just a minute. I'll be right back because I don't know how to push save or pause. But I've got two things that I want to show you. Okay, I'm back. So I need to make me some more pin cushions. I had shown those to you before. They're really, really easy and they're really fun. So I have this jar. It came in some kind of a kit. I think it was a quilting kit that I got a few years ago. And these are all my Jabco buttons. I think a couple of them may be a Debbie Mum series or something. But I found, I had forgotten that I had purchased the stick pins from Hobby Lobby. Then this was before COVID. Found them today when I was looking for something else. So I thought I would make a sewing themed pin cushion, because I showed y'all the pin cushions I made for Niecy, Lynn, Judy, and me. And then I've got these other two pins with the pink, of course, pink, I love it, little spools. So I thought I would make that and put all of these in a sewing thing. And I had to order those Jabco buttons for the velvet carrot needlebook, velvet rabbit needlebook. And so I had to buy something else because the postage was going to be as much as those few little buttons that I needed. So I added the mini pins, the bees, the bumblebees. And Erin Elizabeth is coming out or just released a bee biscornu. So I got, so that was perfect. I think those pins are newer. And so they're going to be so cute. I haven't got my chart yet. I asked Rima to order it for me. I'm not going up for the first Saturday of the month stitch in June because she's having her 45th anniversary, June the 22nd, I think it is. And I'm going up there for that celebration. So that'll be nice. So in addition to all the other things that I've shown you, I got the spring blooms along with the buttons, the Jabco buttons, the white or cream, I'm not sure which, Lugana, and all of the flosses for this. And I think it's beautiful because pink, as you know, I've said numerous times, pink is my favorite color. So I will stitch that sometime. Here's another chart that we got. Val's stuff. Spring is on its way. Isn't that cute? The snowman is melting. The bluebird's on top of him. The flowers are out. I think that's adorable. And then another Brenda Gervais with a needle we got is called Heart and Hand. And she also put in the greenish fat. Oh, that's really washing out. That looks gray. It's more of sage green. I wonder. Let's see if this helps. No, it's looking too gray there. But it's, it really is, almost matches identical to the color of the fabric in the chart. So that will be another beautiful sampler. I'm excited about that. Then we got Madame Chantilly's Spring Tier with the bunnies. Look at that. And we got, I do not know how to pronounce this. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, but it's Collection Tra-La-La. With the deer. When we lived in Texas, we owned about 10 acres right outside of the city, and we had deer year-round. And one morning when I was leaving to go to work, there were 11 does in our front yard, or in our front pasture, or whatever you want to call it. The first year when we moved there, the first summer, one of the does had triplets. The next summer, one of the does had twins, and the other one had a single. So we loved our deer. They were just, and I can remember my husband was up here in D.C. On assignment, and when the Twin Towers fell, and when the Pentagon was attacked, and Shanksville, Pennsylvania. I could not get hold of my husband. And when it was busy, I didn't worry about it. I got through a couple times and it went directly to voicemail. So 2 of my friends from work came over and sat with me. And while I was waiting on them to get there, I looked out and there was a doe almost right up against my house. And I knew that she was there saying, America's going to get through this. We'll get through it all together. And we did. And look how much stronger we are. Enough of that. I'm going to cry. Then I got this beautiful pen. Look at those gorgeous beads. And look at that rhinestone spacer in the middle. Is that beautiful or what? So we got that. And then got some more floss bags, floss organizers. Love them. Use them all the time. In one of my future videos, I will show how I keep my overdyes or fancy flosses because I keep them by manufacturer and then by color. And I put each color in one of the floss bags. And then last, we got this wonderful stitching mat. Look at those colors. And this is a very nice, it's filled with polyfill, it feels like. We've got a pocket here. We've got a pocket here. We've got dividers here. So this is fabulous. I'm just beside myself, happy with that. And to top it off, it all came in this beautiful pink box. Yay, I'm saving my box because I've been needing a box. When I was looking for items yesterday, I found a lot. I don't know how much, can't remember, but I found a lot of like 4 bags of not floss. What is this? Whatever this is. Pearl cotton. I found a huge bag of pearl cotton, some flower floss, some DMC flower floss, or flower thread, I guess I should say. So it, yeah, I have to do something with it. Now, the other thing that I went to get to show you is I've decided that like for my NPI silks and the silks that aren't on floss drops. I was going to make me some floss drops. So I just took some heavy duty cardboard. This is actually, it's not mat board. It's like what you use when you're in school and you're making a display. That kind of heavy board. I got it at Michael's. So I made this style with the scallops at the top and rounded bottom. And then I made some that were just kind of sort of scalloped at the top. And then I decided those were a little big. So I made some, these are roughly 2 by 3. And so I made some of these. So that was a lot of fun. So I'm going to make some more of these. Judy does not use floss drops because I've asked her before. Niecy Lynn does. So I'll make some more for Niecy Lynn and me. Okay, on to the rest of the haul. I'm in the Mystic Fabrics Fabric Club of the Month. I get Mystic Fabrics and Fiberlicious. I hadn't gotten Fiberlicious yet. Oh, I got their April. I haven't gotten May for either one of them yet. So, Mystic Fibers, I get 40 count Verdal. And this is Fire Heart and Flare. And I think, and I mentioned it last time, now these colors are showing up true to real life. That's really a very good rendition. I think I'm going to contact Mystic Fabrics and see if I can switch to the neutrals. And while I was up at Dreama's Needlecraft Corner, I picked up a piece of colonial parchment. Now this is 28 count Lugana, but I thought that was a really good neutral. And I got my one of my 2 orders from Fabric Flair. I got the what color is this? Stormy Gray. And this really, it's showing up well. So I like that. And I got Watercolor Dreams. Now I got a smaller piece of this because it was more of a specialized piece, I thought. So Watercolor Dreams. Let me fold it back in half so it doesn't. But those gold stars, I think, are so pretty. I don't know what I'll put on this, but I will. You know, Icy might look cute on that, too. Might be a little too small, though, because those stars are fairly big. Then I got Frosted Tree. And it's actually almost, you can do, you know, you could do a piece this way or a piece this way. So I'll have to find a special pattern or patterns to do on that. And this is all 36 count. 36 count Lugana or even weave. And then I got Shabby Chic Wood Pink. Seems like I need to do them in half so the light doesn't show up. Now that's kind of washing out a little bit, but it's got some pink roses. And I think I'm going to do, I got the word swap, I think it's called, by Stitching with the Housewives through Fat Quarter Shop. And for, I think it was March or April, they had rabbits. And so I think I'm going to stitch those on that. And then I got a piece of 36 count. This is Creationist Blue. And I think that's just a beautiful, beautiful piece of fabric. So that's my fabric haul. Well, then Dreama had purchased the mini bags from Shepherd's Bush, and Fat Quarter Shop sells them also. And Shepherd's Bush came out with So I had to get the bag and the pattern, and I've ordered the button pack. And then this zipper pull was in my spring box also. And then look at that cute little butterfly. Isn't that beautiful? I just love it. So I've got some stitching to do just to get my bag ready. And then also in the spring box was spring for the pink, the large pink. And this is the large light pink mesh bag. So I had to get the pink mesh bag so that I could stitch my new stitch onto the bag. Cute. And I've also ordered the button pack. And then these are the colors of this is most of the 5-weight pearl cotton, number 5 pearl cotton. Dream is ordering me 2, I think it's Weeks Dye Works, to go with one. I can't remember if it's spring or if it's, it's Weeks Dye Works, number 5 cotton, number 5 romance, and number 5 scuppernong. So I will get these started hopefully pretty soon, but I got a lot on my stitching plate. Then I got my Fat Quarter Shop monthly saying of the seasons by Stitching with the Housewives. So that's the chart. And then we got some of the finishing fabric. Of course, the black Charles Craft 28 count Monaco. And the flosses. And the needle minder. Little beehive. So I don't know when I'll start this series. I've got several series that I haven't even started. Which brings me to the fact that I have to go on a stitch chart diet. I cannot buy any more charts. And you will see why. Because there's more to my haul. I bought the kit. Judy Whitman was showing on her, not this past floss tube, the one prior, that she had kitted up these little kits for market out of an ode to red. And I just think it's very pretty. So it has the finishing fabric. It has the linen and the floss. Now I won't stitch the linen. I'll substitute a Lugana, an even weave. It has the backing boards and the ribbons. So that is that should be a quick stitch, and I think I would like to get that started sooner rather than later. Then I saw on Instagram that Roxy Floss Co. had done a conversion for Rosewood Manor's Turkish Delight. Now, this is a beautiful chart, don't get me wrong, but it is not my colors. It's just, I love it, but it wouldn't go in my house. But Roxy Floss Co. put it on a beige linen with these colors. So look at those colors against the beige linen. Look at all those colors. They're just so rich and gorgeous. So I ordered the floss kit and the chart, and they have the little conversion that they send along. So that's going to be pretty far up on my next sampler that I start. Although I did do the outside border of Modern Folk Embroideries, a wedding sampler. A Crowned Heart, a wedding sampler. I didn't bring it up either because there's really nothing to show. So I did get Florida Alphabets by Judy Whitman. And then, again, I went crazy over Quakers. I love Quakers. But Judy, I adore you. You saved my life with that time by ghast, but you got me down a big rabbit hole that you're going to see in a minute, because I found more modern folk embroidery charts that, of course, I had to have. But this one is Prairie Girl Sampling, Quaker Style 5. And I think I'll do the multicolor, although the monochromatic's pretty also. But I really like color. Then I picked up Heartstring Samplery, Sweet Melissa Biscornu. And then while I was up at Dreama's, I got that one plus these next two up at Needlecraft Corner. Seasonal Sampler Spring by Little House Needleworks. And you got the flosses with them also. So that's spring. And then she had winter. I got an Emblem of Love, charted by With My Needle. And again, I think I'll do the multicolor versus the monochromatic. Both of them are gorgeous. Rebel Stitcher Designs. I got Spring Quaker, Bunnies and Chicks. Well, you know, if it's got a bunny on it, I've got to have it. And I think I'm going to look for a really nice variegated green color. I love this. I think it's so pretty. I might be able to use the Cottage Garden Threads. Is that what it's called? Out of Australia. Dreama carries Cottage Garden Threads. So I'm going to, next time I'm up there, I'm going to have to look to see what I think would work with that. Okay, Judy, look up Modern Folk Embroidery, Kindness and Fortitude. And I'm going to do it in navy as a monochromatic. And Modern Folk Embroidery, Forget Me Not, a Quaker alphabet sampler. I don't think I will stitch the letters in white. And I don't know what the called for colors are. I may just do a lighter blue, a lighter shade of blue. I'm not sure yet. I have no idea when I'm going to start this because it's very big. It is, let me see if it says right here where I can see it. Maybe it's in the front. Nope. Well, all I can tell you is that it's 20 pages. 20 pages. 8.5 by 11. It is 379 by 303. That may have to wait until I'm retired. So, then RETM, I saw someone or several people on Instagram stitching this. It's Joy by RETM. Well, I have the Gobbletons chart along with the Fabric Flare pumpkin printed fabric. And when I saw this Joy, I just think it's beautiful. So I picked that up. All this came from 123 Stitch. The Modern Folk Embroidery and a couple before that. And then RETM's got Peace. And then Hope. And that is all monochromatic. It looks almost black, except for the gold dove. And lastly, by RETM, Snowy Christmas. And I think I'll do it on a darker fabric with the red and the white or ecru. I can't tell what that is. Then I think this was from that quarter shop. I saw that they had this. It's from the Historical Sampler Company. I'm not familiar with them. I think they may be out of Europe. County cross stitch chart, and what is it called? Yeah, wedding sampler. So I've got several charts for wedding sampler. The one that I mentioned earlier, A Crowned Heart, a wedding sampler by Modern Folk Embroidery. I've got that one. Plus I've got, I think, a second one, and then this will make the third. Then a new Blackbird book, Thy Love More Strong. It's got 3 charts in it. And here's the back. Aren't those beautiful? And then I'm sure you've seen this one, Erin Elizabeth. I got this up at Dreamas last weekend also. Erin Elizabeth, Quack Quack Honk. And they had it finished there. It is so cute. So I've got to order that Lady Dot chenille trim because that's just too cute. And then I also got Spring Pin Drum by Kathy Barrick last weekend at Dreamas. Look at that bunny. Isn't he adorable with that strawberry on top? And then I downloaded 2 charts from Fat Quarter Shop. This is by Blueberry Ridge, All Hallows Eve. And I think I just I'll do the top of the bottom border, but I'm not going to stitch the All Hallows Eve. Maybe I'll rechart fall just for the middle and put some additional of the little quilt block looking things or Quaker looking blocks, stitches. So I think that. And then lastly, Jan Hicks Creates. She's doing 4 of their Birds of a Color series, and this is Love. So that is my haul. That was a lot. Now you see why I cannot buy any more charts for the rest of 2024. If I do, you need to call me out on it. Let's see if I had anything else that I needed to tell everyone. No, I think that's it. So I really appreciate everyone stopping by to visit with me today. I'll be back in 2 weeks, which I think will be the 26th of May. I believe that's right. And I also just realized that I've double booked myself for Saturday, June the 22nd. I'm going up to Dreamas for her 45th anniversary, and I signed up for the Sampler Guild of the Rockies for their retreat. So they're 2 hours ahead, so I can go to Dreamas, shop. We're not stitching that day. We're stitching and eating. She's got a whole buffet planned. I know it's going to be fabulous. So I can do that, leave there, come back, and probably get the afternoon part, for the most part, from the retreat. That's what I'll have to do. Thank you again for joining me. I hope you will subscribe. I hope you like the video. If you do, please give me a thumbs up. I'm really trying to grow my channel. And I hope you have a fabulous 2 weeks. And again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Bye for now.